Okey, boleh mula.
Good day everyone. Today our group will present on the topic stress and its effect on learning and memory in students from the subject the psychology of learning. Our presentation includes the following section, which is group members, introduction to the issue, psychological analysis, neuropsychological analysis, practical recommendations, conclusion, and we have 4 members in our group. First, Parameswari. Second, Nur Atika. Third, Nur Abida. And lastly, myself, Aina Atira. I will continue my part, which is the introduction to the issue. Unveiling the mysteries of the mind, understanding learning and memory. The complex processes of learning and memory, uncovering the intricate ways in which our minds absorb, process, store and retrieve information. The significance of cognitive psychology in educational practice. By applying principles of memory, attention, and problem solving from cognitive psychology, educators can create more engaged and impactful learning experience. I will now hand over the presentation to Parameswari for the next slide. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Parameswari Devadas. Okay, I'm going to present on psychological, yeah. Okay, uh, for psychological types of stress, there are two types of stress, which is acute stress, short term, triggered by specific events, which is while behaving exams or doing presentation. For chronic stress, it's a long term and ongoing stress, which is academic overload. For psychological mechanisms, cortisol is eye level impaired the hippocampus affecting memory and learning. Adrenaline helps short-term focus but can impair long-term memory. Impact on learning, impaired attention and focus. Stress divides cognitive resources, making it hard to focus. Uh, Yeah, okay. And reduce information processing. Stress impairs working memory and encoding. Decrease problem solving. Chronic stress hinders problem solving. Impact on memory, hippocampal functioning. High cortisol level disrupt memory formation. Impact recall and retention. Stress affects both short and long-term memory. Sleep disruptions. Stress-related sleep issues injure memory consolidation. Psychological method. Transactional model. Stress arises from interactions between students and their environment. For cognitive behavioral model, negative thoughts patterns such as perfectionism exacerbate stress. Yeke's-Dodson law, moderate stress can enhance performance, but excessive stress impairs complex tasks. Practical implications for educators. Number one is stress reducing environment, minimize academic pressure and create supportive learning environment. Number two will be promote resilience and coping, teach time management and mindful techniques. Number three will be formative assessments, use ongoing assessment to reduce stress from high stakes exams. And the conclusion is managing stress through supportive teaching methods can help improve learning and memory, particularly for students dealing with chronic stress. Thank you from me, and I hand over to Miss Atika.
Neuropsychological analysis is to diagnose conditions that affect the brain and its functions. Disorders such as traumatic brain injury, stroke, dementia, epilepsy, and neurodevelopmental conditions often result in cognitive and behavior impairment. A neuropsychological assessment provides a detailed picture of the nature and extent of impairment and enable an accurate diagnosis. For example, in the case of dementia, neuropsychological evaluation have distinguished Alzheimer disease from other types of cognitive decline, guiding a, appropriate medical and therapeutic interventions. Another critical purpose of neuropsychology analysis is to create detailed cognitive profile of individuals. This profile identify strengths and weakness in areas such as memory, attention, language, executive functioning, and visual optical skill. Such insights are invaluable in tailoring interventions that address specific deficits while leveraging an individual strength. For example, in educational setting, neuropsychological analysis supports students with learning disabilities by identifying the root cause of their challenge. A student with dyslexia, for example, may struggle with phonological processing, and intervention can be designed to improve their skills specifically. Similarly, in rehabilitation settings, analysis guides the design of cognitive training program for patients recovering their brain injury of surgery. Neurophysiology analysis play a vital role in monitoring the progress of recovery in individuals with brain injury or neurological condition by conducting periodic evaluations. Clinicians can track improvement of detect potential setback in cognitive and behavioral function. This dynamic and understanding help refine rehabilitation strategies and ensure that intervention remain effective over time. Neurophysiology analysis is a cornerstone of research aimed at understanding how the brain influences human behavior. By studying individuals with specific brain injury or discovers, researchers can map brain behavior relationship and identify the role of different brain regions in cognition and emotion. Such research can enhance the scientific communities in understanding of complex neurological condition and inform the development of innovative treatment. I will send over to Nur Abida for the next slide. Thank you.
Next, I will present my section on practical recommendation followed by the conclusion. My name is Nur Abida. Teacher must address stress and its impact on pupils' learning and memory to enhance academic performance and overall wellness. Based on psychological and neuropsychological research findings, schools can implement useful suggestions. These tactics are meant to be adaptable and useful so that they can be used in the classroom and throughout school life. Now I will present the practical recommendation to help manage stress and improve learning and memory in students. There are three key recommendations. First, implement stress management programs. Second, create a supportive learning environment. Third, incorporate breaks and physical activity. Let's begin with the first recommendation. First is implement stress management programs. Stress management programs have long been considered a way of minimizing the impact of stress on students to maximize their achievement. These programs may inform students about various methods, including control breathing, meditation, and organization skills. It has been discovered that anxiety is one of the indicators that is most improved by mindfulness practice, as it enhances learners' focus or their ability to learn. Such a program proved useful in the current educational environment marked by growing academic demands. If students are taught how to reduce stress or manage tension, the educators will ensure that their academic workload is balanced with personal stress levels to avoid extreme burnout. Besides increasing learning, it has a positive effect on the student of making them more resilient. The level of feasibility for stress management programs is high. This program can be integrated into health classes or be separate workshops that can be implemented into any school. Additional training for the teachers that will lead to these sessions can also increase their probability of success while providing support from positive role models within the students' environment. Students benefit from it by being more resilient in addition to learning more. Programs for stress management have a high degree of viability. These programs can be implemented in any school as stand-alone workshops or as part of health lessons. In addition to help from good role models in the student surroundings, more training for the teachers who will conduct these sessions can also boost their chances of success. Secondly, is create a supportive learning environment. This is especially crucial for a student's performance because educational systems support significantly reduced stress. Classes that are joyful and where students assist one another are taught to be safe since they increase the likelihood that kids will participate and learn. Students are encouraged to open and feel at ease with what they are studying when the classroom is positive. The necessity of creating an environment that will support this kind of relationship has been emphasized. Pupils are better equipped to handle academic difficulties and fail under pressure when they receive a warm and welcoming reaction. What has become evident is that students and teachers respect one another, communicate well, and help one another. There are several potential approaches to determining is how feasible it is to establish a helpful learning environment. By encouraging these kinds of conversations about academic aspirations and challenges, educators may make teaching and learning more transparent. Additionally, cooperative learning fosters partnerships and collaboration among students throughout group projects. The idea of community felt in the classroom can be enhanced by taking small steps like moving from bench to engage with others. Thirdly is incorporate breaks and physical activity. As students start to struggle with the material covered in class, lecture and tutors need to make sure they take a break. Short trips enhance learning and retention by reviving students' bodies and minds, according to scientific research. Additionally, I discovered that including exercise in your regular routine lowers stress hormones and improves brain function. Given its capacity to enhance students' health, the value of breaks and physical activity during the school days is clear. Giving kids the chance to relax or take a stroll fosters a healthy learning environment and sends a positive message to them. It is simple to integrate a time break or PA lecture into almost any school framework. Short 10 minutes breaks between lecture or brief physical breaks, such as stretching or a stroll, can be easily incorporated by teachers to ease students into class with minimal disruption. In addition to improving focus, the practice has a favorable impact on pupils' health. As one of the most important efforts to establish the required framework for students' successful learning process and psychological well-being. This test has focused on reducing the negative effects of stress on memory and learning. The evidence-based answer obtained from psychological research include the following practice strategies: stress management, changing the classroom environment, adjusting examination and quizzes, adding time for breaks and exercises, and increasing students' awareness of stress. These techniques aim to provide pupils with self-help coping tools and lessen stress effects. Educational institution can establish a healthier learning environment necessary for the growth of students' well-being and the effective completion of academic assignments if these guidelines are prioritized. Next, I will continue conclusion. Next, I will continue conclusion. Stress has a substantial impact on students' learning and memory, as demonstrated by its effects on cognitive functioning, emotional well-being, and overall academic achievement. Chronic stress decreases attention, information processing, and memory formation owing to its neuropsychological effects on the hippocampus and high cortisol levels. These findings highlight the necessity of fostering supportive and proactive educational settings. Educators can reduce the negative impacts of stress by establishing stress management programs, cultivating a happy and inclusive learning environment, and adding regular breaks and physical activity. Such tactics not only boost academic achievements, but they also benefit students' overall well-being. Addressing stress correctly is vital for allowing students to attain their full potential in both academic and personal settings. That's all from us. Thank you for your time and attention.
Okay.